Greetings once again, Shinobi. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with Naruto, Sasuke's story, the Uchiha and the Heavenly Stardust. Previously, it was revealed that Zansul is using an unknown technique that seems similar to Edo Tensei to revive deceased dinosaurs through chicken, hoping to, much like every Jurassic Park movie, use them as weapons of war. I know, it's weird, but ninjas added to the mix make it kinda fresh. So while Sakura has managed to get the antidote for Naruto's heart condition, Sasuke is determined to stop Zansul, especially since apparently the country they want to go to war with is an ally of the Leaf, with apparently Kakashi having some close ties to it. Apparently that happened in another light novel. I hope they adapt that as well. I heard, from what I know, that hasn't even been adapted into the anime either. Whereas this story is pretty much, by now, has wrapped up in the Boruto anime. I went from being ahead of the curve to behind it. Oh well, what can you do? So will Sasuke be able to stop Zansul's machinations? Or will this legion of dinos he's unleashed make him extinct? Ha! Join me as I find out, won't you? Right, dinosaurs have burst forth from the quarry. The prisoners are running for their lives. Flee, flee for your lives! Naturally, some of them didn't run fast enough. Unfortunately, all that pickaxing, good for the upper body, terrible for the lower body. Never skip leg day. Yeah, it is a very ghastly sight. People's bodies being dropped left and right. Aren't those Pachycephalosauruses? The prisoners run, saying, "They're coming!" One person trips over another person's body, hits the ground, and a Pachycephalosaurus just bashes him, blood splattering on the ground. The prisoners reach the wall, backs against it. All they can say is, "Crap, we're done for," as they're literally between a rock and a hard place. And as the dinos go in to finish them off, and the people brace for impact, suddenly the wall behind them shatters as a petite yet strong fist breaks through it. It's Sakura, having arrived just in the nick of time to at least save a few lives. The prisoners turn to her in the opening, saying, "That's the duck." She tells them, "Escape through here, quickly," as one of the dinosaurs go in to try to attack the fleeing prisoners. Sakura steps in the way and just bashes it into the ground. PETA be damned! Just utterly taking out the dinosaur in one movement. One of the prisoners simply says, "Wow, Doc." With the remaining prisoners having been led to safety, Sakura proceeds further into the prison, making her way up the main tower, up to Zansul's office, breaking in through the window. She proceeds cautiously into his office, going through his desk, his bookshelf. She thinks to herself, no resources related to the revival jutsu. She then says, "Where then?" She makes her way outside, being cautious, looking outside the door, peeking through, thinking to herself, the user must be hiding somewhere out of sight, so I'll have to search the whole facility from top to bottom. She goes from room to room, but as she makes her way by the staircase, she sees several prisoners huddled in a circle, obviously scared. She goes down to them, saying it's too dangerous to stay inside. There's a hole along the western wall. Get out through there and just keep running. She then heads off thinking things will get much worse if I don't find Zansul soon. So many will die. But suddenly she turns a corner and bumps into someone. She says, sorry, but is startled to see Gigi. Oh no. Don't tell me Gigi's a part of this. No. He's the one who did it. Is Gano and Fanzala a part of it? It has to be him. Yeah, Sakura calls out Gigi. Gigi says, "You're a sight for sore eyes, Doc. Glad to see you're safe. But what the heck's going on in this madhouse? Where'd those big old beasties spring from?" Sakura says it was all the director. Gigi's shocked, saying, "Zansul did this?" She says, "Yes, he's using a revival jutsu on fossils to bring ancient dragons back to life. I need to find him to have a shot at undoing the jutsu." Gigi says, "Well, I just saw Zansul over in the courtyard." Sakura says, "Huh? He's outside." She thinks, that doesn't make sense. She turns to leave, saying, "Thank you, Gigi. Be sure to get far away from this place, okay?" Gigi says, "Will do." But then he grabs her hand, saying, just one more thing, and then pulls her in for a hug. Sakura's, of course, taken off guard and a little uncomfortable, then saying, Gigi? But then suddenly, she's stabbed in the back. Oh shit. Oh Sakura, you let your guard down. Gigi has sunk a knife into Sakura's back. She drops the antidote for Naruto. Gigi pats her head saying, sorry about this, Doc. Pulling out the knife, Sakura falls to the ground, limp. She thinks to herself, these symptoms are just like those from the venom Menno used on Sasuke. Oh snap, so she's been poisoned. Okay. I'm like, there's no way that she just died from getting stabbed in such a cheesy way. Sakura weakly says, you in league with Zansu? Gigi says, bingo. Once we figured out you and Sasuke were in cahoots, we gave you some rope to hang yourselves with, since we couldn't solve the mystery behind the map of the heavens ourselves. He picks up the antidote, chuckling to himself. Sakura tries to grab a hold of his ankle, saying, give back. She struggles to keep him in place, but Gigi says, listen, I really think you're swell, Doc. Your voice, your little gestures, you remind me of my own gal, Margot. So frankly, it's a real shame you gotta die here like this, but... And he kicks her away, saying, you ain't my Margot. Sakura brutally hits her head against the wall and completely goes limp. Gigi then puts the container on the ground and then uses several hand signs. I guess using the resurrection technique to summon a massive... what looks like a giant brontosaurus from the earth. The prisoners can only look on in terror as the massive thing rises from the ground. Jeez. It looms over the prisoners below, who can only look on in shock and horror, questioning, what is that thing? Gigi looks out the window, seeing his handiwork, saying, ooh boy, yep, that's a biggin'. A few moves from that thing will bring the whole place down. That's why I wanted to revive that one last, he says as he looks towards Sakura, who seems unconscious. The large creature takes a single step which shatters the ground below. The whole building starts to rumble and break apart. The ground starts to crack beneath Gigi's feet as the ceiling begins to start to cave in. Gigi says, whoa, whoops, it's not safe in here. He then notices the creature extend his head over to where the window he is at is. Gigi gives a smile, turning to Sakura as he exits the window, saying, see you never, Doc. He leaps out, standing on the massive creature's head, and as the creature pulls him back from the collapsing building, Gigi sees the tree with the pink bud that Gano had told Sakura about Sasuke looking out toward. As a reminder of her, it's uprooted and it falls to the ground. And as Sakura is completely helpless in the building as it collapses, her only thoughts are of Sasuke. I do hate the fact that Sakura is essentially a damsel in distress now. She'd been so competent and capable up until now. It's such a... what's the word I'm looking for? Lackluster situation for her. I feel like she'd be smart enough to have seen that coming. I mean, yeah, it is a massive twist for Gigi to be the villain. I never saw it coming, honestly. He was just too nice a guy. But I feel like Sakura was competent enough to have seen this coming. She should have been, at least. I guess I just really wanted to see Sakura just continue to be so capable, you know? But everyone slips up from time to time. I just felt like this would have been a great chance to really show off how awesome Sakura could be. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Did you see the twist with Gigi coming? And that's if you haven't seen this adaptation in the anime or read the light novel. Like, even in terms of that, did you see the reveal coming? And like me, were you kind of disappointed that Sakura got shanked, essentially? It's like, prison rules! You never turn your back on someone, even when they're in front of you. But I'm interested to hear from you. Also remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And until then, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.